Can Martha Karua make a good running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga? That's the question which most Kenyans are currently asking. Because yesterday, Martha Karua was endorsed as the spokesperson of the entire Mount Kenya region. Can she make a good running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga? Because if there's one dilemma which Raila Odinga, even William Ruto, or even Kalonzo Musyoka and Musalia Mudavadi are facing, is the choice of a running mate. And Mount Kenya region will definitely determine who becomes the next president of the Republic of Kenya based on their numbers. So in this video today, I want us to look at why, personally, I tend to think that Martha Karua can actually make a good running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga. But before we do that, if you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let me go straight to the point. If you ask me, in order of my preference, the best person for Raila Odinga's running mate would have been or would be Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. With Kalonzo Musyoka, you are assured of the Kamba votes. But Kalonzo Musyoka might also be on the ballot. So which means Kalonzo Musyoka cannot be Raila Odinga's running mate. The other person would have been Musalia Mudavadi. But Musalia Mudavadi is going to run for the presidency. Which begs the question, who can be Raila Odinga's running mate in 2022? As a matter of fact, Raila Odinga can make or can choose a running mate from the larger Mount Kenya region. And his options are wide, but very narrow. If I confine it just to the larger Mount Kenya region. Of course, Raila Odinga can choose a running mate from Western Kenya. He can choose a running mate from the coast. But the larger Mount Kenya region will be good for him if he will not get the support from Mukambani. And several names were being floated. There was Peter Kenneth. Personally, I don't understand why the name Peter Kenneth is disappearing from the political space in this country. Peter Kenneth is no longer the factor he was in 2019 or even in 2018. Peter Kenneth has a name, he can contribute a lot. The second name was that of Anne Waiguru. But based on happenings recently, Anne Waiguru might decide to defend her seat in Kirinyaga. Then there was Peter Munya. Peter Munya, in my view, is also a very good bet for Raila Amolo Odinga. Because having Peter Munya as a running mate would mean that Raila Odinga will get the Meru support if they endorse Peter Munya. And then it will be easy to split Mount Kenya region into two, so that Raila Odinga can run away with the East if Munya can be able to consolidate that region. So Peter Munya is also a good bet. Then there was the talk of William Kabogo. But I think Kabogo might not really help much based on the current political development in this country. Then there was also the talk of Moses Kuria. But I don't think Raila Odinga can have Moses Kuria as his running mate. Maybe Ruto can have Moses Kuria. So that leaves the last guy, number 5, who is Martha Karua. And in my view, Martha Karua fits the bill in several ways. Number 1, Martha Karua has reform credentials. If there's one thing which Raila Odinga has lost, is his reform credentials. Raila Odinga has always contested on the platform of change, on the platform of reforms. But after the handshake, that reform credential was disappearing. And that's why you can now find the Deputy President, William Ruto, standing on a podium to talk about democracy. A person who should not be talking about democracy. That's why you can find someone like David Ndii and Oravel Miguna challenging Raila Amolo Odinga on his record as a reformist. So Martha Karua will bring that to Raila Amolo Odinga. Because as much as Martha Karua supported Uhuru Kenyatta, he was really not into Jubilee. He was really not into President Uhuru Kenyatta. And if anything, if you pair Martha Karua and Raila Odinga, then you can link their history, their fight for freedom, their fight for liberation, their fight for multipartyism. You can link them and then come up with a campaign platform based on reform credentials. So Martha Karua can bring that to Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't think there's any other person who can do that better than Martha Karua. So that's the first reason why I strongly believe that Martha Karua can actually add value to Raila Amolo Odinga. By bringing reform credentials, it means Martha Karua can stand on a podium, for example, and dismantle William Ruto, dismantle Musalia Mudavadi, dismantle Moses Wetangula, dismantle Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. He can dismantle the hustler narrative based on the reform credentials alone. So that's number one. Number two, the Kikuyu factor. The mere fact that Moses Kuria has endorsed Martha Karua, the mere fact that William Kabogo has endorsed Martha Karua, the mere fact that Mwangi Kiunjuri has endorsed Martha Karua as the official spokesperson, it means that Mount Kenya factor is now coming into play. So if Martha Karua can be seconded by this team to work with Raila Odinga, then I think the Kikuyu equation will be now easier for Raila Odinga to deal with. And something tells me that President Uhuru Kenyatta is probably behind the latest moves to endorse Martha Karua. I believe so. Because if you look at the way this endorsement has happened, it started with Mwangi Kiunjuri, Moses Kuria disagreeing with the DP. Then these people coming together, Kabogo joining them. They are bringing several other political parties there. And then they are starting a narrative that Mount Kenya cannot, hawezi pangwa, lazima wajipange. Then from all of a sudden, Martha Karua now being endorsed as the spokesperson. So basically, they are now leaving Martha Karua to shine. I think the president is behind that. So the fact that Martha Karua is now the perceived spokesperson means she can speak on certain matters on behalf of the people of the Kikuyu nation. And that's why when they talked of those 4 issues they talked about yesterday, I felt like Martha Karua is the right person. And if you look at Martha Karua and her history, in 2007, when the presidency was leaving the House of Mumbi, Martha Karua was the only man standing at that time. So, in simple terms, Martha Karua can bring that Kikuyu votes. Number 3 is the affirmative action, women factor. The women of this country would be so excited to have one of their own as a potential running mate to a potential president. Like, if Ruto can get a running mate who is a lady, Raila gets a running mate who is a lady, then the women folk will be happy that ultimately a woman has the potential of becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya. So Martha Karua will bring that to the table. And like if, for example, Raila Odinga were to choose, let's say, Peter Kenneth, or let's say William Kabogo, there are certain women who will not be comfortable with that. But the fact that Martha Karua can be easily endorsed, it means women folks in the country can be mobilized to support one of their own as a potential running mate or deputy president in 2022. So Martha Karua will bring that. Number 4 is the national outlook. Peter Kenneth has that national outlook, but not much. Anne Waiguru, not much. William Kabogo, not much. But Martha Karua made a name for herself in this country. She was one of the people who negotiated the peace accord in this country. And Martha Karua, despite the fact that she was defeated, the truth of the matter is that even the ODM supporters who hate Martha, they also believe that Martha has something that she can bring to the table. She's well educated. Her background, Martha Karua is not really tainted with the corruption and the rest. So Martha Karua will easily fit at the national platform. Unlike, for example, if Raila were to go for Peter Munya, who is known as a Meru governor, former Meru governor, Martha Karua heaven has a political party. She was a cabinet minister. So of all potential running mates, if you leave Kalonzo, you leave Weta, you leave Mudavadi, Martha Karua will bring to the table the national outlook. And number 4 is the resource mobilization. The truth of the matter is that a serious running mate should be able to bring several things on the table. One of them is the numbers. The second thing a running mate should be able to bring on the table is the ability to raise funds. If a running mate is not serious, he or she can't attract fundings, then there's no need let me give you an example. If today Raila Odinga were to decide to appoint Okia Mutata as his running mate, you might laugh, but the truth is there are certain people who will put their money on that ticket just because of the fact that Okia Mutata is on that ticket. That's the same way. And being a woman, there's a lot of women who will put their money in that campaign so that a woman can lead. In fact, someone was telling me that women have a lot of fundings outside there. So when Martha Karua will be running, then she can reach out, get those fundings, and that will be good for Raila Odinga. Campaigns is one of the most expensive things, ventures in the country. And lastly is the momentum. The truth of the matter is that should Raila Odinga name Martha Karua as the potential running mate, that will trigger a momentum in the larger Mount Kenya region. Just name Martha Karua, go to Kirinyaga. Let the people of Kirinyaga pick the momentum, celebrate one of them. Go to Kiambu, let them celebrate. Organize a huge event in Nairobi. Organize a huge event in Nyanza, Martha Karua and Raila Odinga touring the country together. I can assure you it's going to generate a huge momentum, and that momentum can lead to a euphoria. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Personally, I strongly believe that Martha Karua is actually a good choice for running mate for Raila Odinga. Despite that, there are certain people who will not be comfortable with Martha Karua being Raila Odinga's running mate. Martha Karua has that 2007 election on her head. Even on Twitter, everywhere. Anytime Martha Karua tries to talk, people always remind her about that particular incident. So that can only work if she is with Raila Odinga. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.